Alrighty, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing today? What's up? Phil here live on the stream. It is Saturday. It is October 12th, 2019, and I welcome you all to my first of 2 gameplay streams for a full day of streaming today. And it should be an exciting and fun one. A pretty interesting one, quite frankly. I don't know how this is going to go. I really don't. This stream is completely up in the air. Well, hello everyone, and hopefully you're having a good weekend. You know, hopefully a lot of you are off from school and work this weekend, and you're able to chill and relax and hang out with me on streams. Welcome to those who can. If you're watching this on YouTube, also welcome, of course. I know some people watch the pre-stream on demand on YouTube. Not too many, but a decent amount. So what's the deal? What are we doing today? Something very different. Let's put it that way. We're kind of going back to the past for a bit, which is an interesting thing to do. We're going back in time about a year and a half. Okay. What are we doing? We are going to be going back and checking out PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about this, okay? It was a little over 2 years ago. It was actually February or March, I forget. I think it was March of 2017. When the YouTube ad revenue bubble burst and I became a full-time streamer here on Twitch. Okay? And when I did so, I wanted to implement different kinds of content. I didn't just want to do serious playthroughs anymore. I also wanted to do more relaxing, chill streams. Streams that didn't necessarily have to be taken super seriously, but instead could be a focus on interactivity with my viewers. Okay? Now, at the time, I implemented a few different things, but it really wasn't until the end of 2017. Okay, the end of 2017 was an interesting time because PUBG, which had already been incredibly popular on the PC, I almost said the PlayStation, on the PC, for being the biggest battle royale game, and everyone played it, everyone talked about it, it was virally popular on the internet, memes all over the place because of it and everything, okay, was finally coming to consoles for the very first time. Now, at the time, it was an Xbox One console exclusive. It wasn't on the PlayStation or anything like that at the time. And it was an early access deal where you had to pay some extra money. It was $30 in order to play the game on Xbox One, okay? So, essentially, you're buying the game before it was even completed. Now, when it launched in December of 2017, it was quite the oddity. Okay, I never played a battle royale game like this before, so for me it was like, whoa, eye-opening, something different, something interesting. There's definitely like a lot of suspense when it comes to the end of a game, of anything that's battle royale. Seeing if you can survive the final rings of damage that come, and you get to the top 10 people all duking it out in this little narrow area. It is quite fun, I have to admit. Alright, but what I found as I played this game was that it left a lot to be desired. Number one, the game itself was incredibly, almost unpolished would be the best way to describe it. The frame rate on the Xbox One was abysmally bad, below 30 frames per second. Whenever a firefight erupted, it was almost impossible to keep your weapon, drawn on the enemy. Because you go to fire and the recoil would be so bad and the frame rate so bad, there was no way to adjust for it on the fly. Okay, you basically, the only way to get like clean kills was to snipe someone or to sneak up on them and get them from behind so they couldn't get out of the way. Number two, the gunplay was delayed. You would go to draw your gun and fire, and there was actual visible delay between when you were trying to do stuff. And it was pretty ridiculous. Quite frankly, for a game that you had to pay for, that it was this kind of almost feeling unpolished and unfinished. Now, over the course of the first half of 2018, I continued to play PUBG as they patched it and improved it. They added in another stage, so it wasn't just the main island stage, but then they added in a desert stage. They added a couple new tweaks and weapons, and essentially by the middle of 2018, I knew exactly what the game was, and it had become a staple of my streams. I would do it as chill streams at night a couple times a week, and people really seemed to like it because these were the opportunities for me to interact with everyone and have a stream that wasn't so focused on gameplay, but was more focused on, excuse me, actually talking with you guys, okay? Now, after about 6 to 7 months of playing PUBG, first of all, I had a dedicated viewership who was coming just to watch it. I'm not even kidding. Like, There were a few people who I'd never seen on any of my other streams who would come by just to watch me play PUBG, which is pretty awesome, right? But admittedly, I was getting bored of it, and I knew that the game was very subpar, that the gunplay and everything was very unsatisfying. And eventually I sought out a replacement, or at least something that could kind of still be a chill stream, but would end up being better because it was just overall a better, more responsive game. First, I tried out H1Z1, which also hit consoles in mid-2018, and I'll admit, that one did have better controls, but the game itself was even older than PUBG. It was less complicated, and honestly, it was pretty outdated in my opinion. So I played that for a little bit. Then Fortnite released, and Fortnite originally was supposed to be a tower defense game, but it ended up being a battle royale game, and I did play Fortnite a little bit. Not too much. I actually played it when it launched. Then I played it again in late 2017, around the same time that I played PUBG, and then I actually played it again in 2018. But it never really, I never really liked Fortnite. I always thought that Fortnite I didn't, first of all, I hate the building aspect of Fortnite. I think that having to build shit in the middle of a battle royale game is stupid. I think that it's a feature added for kids, because kids love the building aspect of Minecraft and other sandbox games. The graphics themselves were made to look kiddie on purpose. Alright, I think to attract children. And over time, the game has evolved to be something that pretty much only content creators and kids play. Like, most casual gamers don't even play the game anymore. It's become something that just small children love. So, I don't like Fortnite at all, okay? Now, finally in late 2018, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout was released. And in my opinion, that was the best solo battle royale game that there was. The graphics were good. There was smooth 60 frames per second the entire time. Very responsive controls. A variety of weapons. And it was something that they actually updated actively over the course of the year to change the map, to change weapon loadouts and the like. Now, was it as much as I would have liked? Of course not. They only had one map. The entire fucking year, they only had one map. They claimed they were going to have new maps. They never did. They just kept updating the same map with little tweaks here or there, which was pretty silly. So, even though I played Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout for a year, I did it. I started in October of 2018, and I just quit it last month, September. It was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of fun late nights hanging out, playing Blackout, and having good interactive streams, all right? But during all this time period, you know, PUBG continued to exist, continued to update and do stuff, and I never really went back to it ever. So now at this point, I believe it's been over a year since the last time I played PUBG. And, you know, I'm sure a lot has changed. And it's actually quite funny, because like I told you guys, there were people who came by just to watch me play PUBG, and now I haven't seen a lot of those people in a while. There was a group of people who come just to see that. I'm curious. If I'm playing PUBG again today, will we see some people who used to come by the streams come by out of nowhere on a whim and say, gee, Phil's playing PUBG again? I wonder what'll happen, you know? From what I'm to understand, PUBG now has 4 maps, not the 2 that they had when I had been playing it. They have added tons of weapons and tweaks to the game. And apparently, from what I'm to understand, yes, the game does run better, although some people say it still runs like shit on Xbox One. They have tweaked it somewhat, okay? So I guess we'll see. We shall see when I actually play it now, today. Has it been improved or whatever? That's one major reason why I'm playing it today. Just the oddity of going back to it after such a long period of time to see what this company did. Did they actually improve the game or not? And how does it run? And what are these new maps, etc.? So half of today's stream, quite frankly, is going to be exploration and just kind of seeing what's changed. And it's going to be just for curiosity factor. I think the stream is going to be pretty interesting. Okay? Now, if you guys aren't aware, there's really no other Battle Royale game going on right now that I'm interested in. And Call of Duty this year is not getting Battle Royale at launch. So, if we play PUBG tonight, or today, excuse me, and you guys like it, and you're like, yeah, this is pretty cool, I might add it into the rotation as our Battle Royale game for the week, okay? I am not opposed to doing Battle Royale once a week, but let's see how this goes today, okay? I'm not convinced that this is going to be fun or interesting at all. I guess we're going to have to see and judge for ourselves. All right, now, this is going to be not as much of an exploration stream and curiosity stream as it is an interactive stream, okay? What I mean by that is really the appeal of when I play Battle Royale is that I'm talking with you guys a lot. We're having fun conversation. We're having interactions with each other. That's really the appeal of these streams. If I didn't interact, I don't think that these streams would have any appeal at all. If I was just focusing on the game, I think it would be pretty damn boring, quite frankly. So, please take this opportunity during today's stream to chat with me, to have some fun. Let's have some fun, some topics or whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm, more than happy to have some fun chatting with all of you. Okay, that's a big part of it. While I'm just running and looting or whatever, we have that downtime there where we can have some interactions and fun. And again, even if the game isn't so riveting, maybe we can have some fun discussions that'll make the stream fun. Okay. Now, in addition to all of that, as you know, I have a new Halloween decoration that I just added to my streams a couple days ago that my parents had actually purchased for me. It's a skull, a wax skull with glowing simulated flame eyes. Okay. People seem to like it. I've gotten compliments over the past couple of days about it, saying that's a really good addition to the Halloween decorations I have on stream this month. And this was actually something interesting. 2 days ago, when I was streaming, someone said to me, could we name it? Like, if we have a top contributor today, could that top contributor name the skull? And I was like, that's actually an interesting idea. We do that when I play Minecraft. The top contributor of that stream gets usually either something named after them in the game or gets to decide kind of a project that I'm going to work on in the game in their honor. So, pretty cool. And I said, all right, fine, but let's do it on a stream where I can advertise it and let people know this is going to happen for a couple days. So at least if people are interested, they know when to come by, etc. Okay? So, yes, the top contributor of today, whoever is the top contributor by the end of today's stream, will be able to name the skull. I know that sounds silly, but this is what you guys wanted. You asked me for this. I said, okay, I'll give you what you want. You asked for it, we'll do it. So the top contributor for today will be able to name the skull. Now, the only thing is, you cannot name it something disgusting. You can't name it something insulting. You can't name it something sexual. It has to be something either serious or silly. You know what I mean? Like, we can't violate Twitch terms of service. We can't piss people off. It has to be something that's good-natured and lighthearted. It can't be something that's fucking nasty, okay? So just saying that, You can't be like giant heaving scrotum face. No, we're not doing that, okay? So it'll be something, hopefully something interesting, okay? So let's see how this goes. I'm curious to see how the stream goes today. I have no idea. This could be a huge failure, a huge flop, everyone's bored, and we never do it again. Or it could be really fun. We have a lot of interaction. The game ends up being interesting because I haven't played it in so long. And then it makes it back into my regular streaming rotation as my Battle Royale game, maybe once a week. We'll see. Let's see what happens today. Okay, everyone? Either way, I'm okay with. Okay. All right, so that's my first stream for today. Later tonight, on my late stream around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, we'll be returning back to the Genesis Mini. Another late-night Genesis Mini stream where you, the viewers, will be able to choose what games I check out on the Genesis Mini, whether it's brand new games I haven't tried out yet, or if we go back to one of the games I've already played to continue on a playthrough. This is all up to you. It's your choice. All right, so that's late night tonight. Hopefully you'll come back and hang out with me for that, too, if you're into the retro vibe stuff. All right. Tomorrow, we're also doing a retro stream, but a different kind. We're actually going to the competition. So if you don't know what that means, we're going to be checking out Nintendo. Because last month, Nintendo did a big update to the Switch, putting in a suite of Super Nintendo Entertainment System games for those who are subscribers to the Nintendo Online service, which I am. And I haven't checked it out yet, but it's a pretty good variety of games from what I saw on there, including platformers, flight games, racing games, RPGs, beat 'em ups, just like a good variety of stuff. So what we're going to be doing tomorrow is we're going to be going and delving into that collection, and you guys are going to be telling me what games you want me to check out in that collection. Some of them may become future full playthroughs. Some of them may not, depending on how we feel about them. Some of them I never played before, but a lot of them I have, because back in the day, the Super Nintendo was my go-to console. But I was looking at it, I was like, some of these I know I didn't play and never checked out. So it'll be interesting to just play them for the first time ever, too. So that's going to be tomorrow's main gameplay stream. Yeah, someone just said, a friend just said Super Metroid would be awesome. I never played Super Metroid. I played the original Metroid on NES, and then later on they remade it. I think it was Game Boy Advance. They remade the game, and I played that one, but I never played Super Metroid, and a lot of people say Super Metroid holds up as one of the best games ever, and I never even played it, you see? So that's tomorrow. We'll see how that goes tomorrow as the main gameplay stream. And then tomorrow night, Sunday night, it's my weekly Minecraft chill stream. This is the stream where we just hang out and have some fun, have a lot of interaction, and I build a bunch of stuff. Tomorrow we're going to be finishing up my project where I made the bar in the middle of a pond. And then we're going to be working on a statue of my cat Jasper. That's going to be the next major project because that's what the top contributor last week desired. I believe that was Spawn Killer. He said, please make the Jasper statue. So we're going to be working on the Jasper statue this week. And the top contributor tomorrow night on that stream will be able to determine what the next project ends up being. Okay? Pretty cool. On Monday, we're going to be going back to Mega Man The Wily Wars. What is that? That is the only Mega Man game ever to appear on a Sega console. It's a Genesis/Mega Drive exclusive that essentially recreated Mega Man 1 through 3 with better graphics. And then once you beat those 3 games, you unlock exclusive content just for this game. I don't know what the exclusive content is. Alright, but we're going to find out because on Monday, I'm going to be playing Mega Man 3. I already beat 1 and 2. So I'm going to be playing Mega Man 3 on stream. That's one that I actually owned and played a lot of back in the day on the NES. It was one of my games that I really liked on the Nintendo Entertainment System. So I'm going to see how much I can remember about the game. I remember the bosses. Hard Man, Top Man, Snake Man, Spark Man, Shadow Man, Magnet Man. Shit. There's 2 more, of course. There's 8 bosses in every one, but I can't... Who's the other 2? Can't remember. Can't remember the other 2. But I almost remembered all of them. See, but that'll be a fun thing on Monday. And then, once I beat that, then we'll be able to see what is the exclusive content that the Genesis/Mega Drive had. What's the extra stages/bosses or whatever. We're going to find out, okay? So that's going to be Monday. And then on Monday night, we're going to be doing more Dragon Quest Builders 2. And finally, and I mean this, finally, we'll be getting off this stupid island that I've been on for like 2 months. Because I didn't play the game for like 3 weeks. Then when I came back to it, I was only playing it once a week. So it was the slowest drag ever. But it looks like we're finally getting off that goddamn island on Monday. We can finally move on to other stuff and progress with the game. Finally. So, thank goodness. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And hopefully, we will actually progress. All right. Tuesday I'm off. FYI, guys. I'll be back on Wednesday. Sadly, on Wednesday, I can only do 1 stream. I got some personal stuff going on at night on Wednesday night that I can't be here to stream. All right. But then I'll be here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday of that next coming week. Or, to be here full time. So there's 1 stream next week I can't do Wednesday night. Wednesday, when we come back from break, I'm honestly not sure what we're going to be doing. So I guess what we'll do is we'll play it by ear. Let's see. Maybe you guys will like one of the SNES games that I play on Sunday, tomorrow, and you guys will request that I start a playthrough of it. Or maybe we can start or continue a playthrough of one of the other games from the Genesis Mini to kill some time. Because there is a new game coming out this week, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, that comes out on Friday. And I am considering playing it, because that would take us across the weekend into the next week when there's multiple new releases that are big, high-profile releases I'm sure you guys want to see. So I'm considering doing Plants vs. Zombies to kill some time and balancing that with more chill content, okay? But we'd have 1 to 2 days there on Wednesday and Thursday where the streams are kind of up in the air, whatever. So we'll see. Let's see what happens this next coming week. But I think it's going to be a good variety of stuff. I think it's going to hold up and be fun. And hopefully you guys will come by, swing by, and hang out with me daily on the streams. Fair enough? All right. Harmodium, you're welcome. He just in the stream chat gave a nice message and said, I want to personally thank you for all the years of content you've put out since 2008. You helped me through some tough times. You're welcome. That's what it's all about. Seriously, that's what it's all about. Because trust me, I've been through a lot of shit. And I could have given up on this many times. But I always strive to continue and tough it out and keep going. And hearing messages like that, saying that, I've helped you out in some way, it makes me feel good about what I've done. Okay, so thank you for that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the schedule. Hope you like it. Now, the only other thing that I have to say is please continue to vote on the category of Halloween costume that you want to see me wear during the Halloween marathon at the end of the month, okay? Categories are as follows: video game character, pop culture icon, comic book character, classic Hollywood horror villain, or wild card where I get to decide what I choose. And it'll be something zany, hopefully, and something fun. All right? There's about 1 more week, roughly, where you guys are going to be able to vote for that. Because starting next week, I am going to seriously start looking at Halloween costumes. And I'm going to buy one, relatively soon within the next couple of weeks. So you got to keep voting. And then I will see probably next week what you guys voted for. That'll determine the category. And I'll know what to focus on and start looking at. Okay? Fair enough? Okay, sound good. All right. So, good stuff. All right, let's move on now, guys, to the second segment of the pre-stream. This is the segment where I do gratuitous plugs. And, normally I would do a long gratuitous plug segment. But instead, I'm going to abridge this segment to be very matter-of-fact and honest with all of you. All right? I rely solely on stream contributions to keep things going because I'm a full-time streamer. Back in the day, I was a full-time YouTuber, and the ad revenue was so good on YouTube that I could just make videos of whatever. You guys would watch them. That would be the end of it. It hasn't been like that for about 2.5 years, and I do rely on stream revenue now to keep going. Sadly, this last year has been the worst financial year for me in history. I've had a lot of problems, and I've had a lot of issues with my finances, with overdrafting on my bank account, etc. Right now, I'm in one of those situations where I don't get paid by Twitch for at least another 3 days, if not longer. But usually it's around the 15th that I get paid by Twitch. And I've been overdrawn on my bank account for about a week. And every time that I get enough funds in there to get it back to the black, another bill clears and brings it back to the red. So it's been a shitty situation. All right? You guys have helped tremendously with your tips over the past week. So I just want to say anyone who hung out on my stream and came and contributed, thank you. But in particular, those who tipped, you guys have helped a lot. So I just want to say thank you very much for that. If you guys hadn't come to help out, I would have been in a much worse situation than I am right now. I'm not in a good situation, but I certainly could have been in a much worse situation if it weren't for you guys being so supportive. So thank you for that, okay? So on today's stream, there are many ways you can contribute. You could cheer with bits. You can subscribe to my channel. You could tip me. You can do any of those things live, and if you do, I will give you a shout-out for your contribution to say thank you, okay? There will be pop-up messages on the screen to say thank you as well. I will update the leaderboard at the top of the screen for the top cheerer and top tipper of the day so that those people can get extra recognition for said contributions because I appreciate them so much, all right? So lots of good positive stuff around contributions today. I just want to let everyone know up front that contributions are very much appreciated. They very much keep stuff going around here, all right? But they're not mandatory, all right, at all. If you choose to just come here and hang out and you can't contribute and you just want to interact with me a little bit and have some fun, that's fine. That's what it's all about. I never want my content to be, subscription based or you have to pay for it or anything like that. That's the whole cool thing about this whole content creation ever since I started it in 2008, is that you guys come by and watch my stuff free of charge every day and have fun. And if you so choose, because you feel that the content is worth it and you want to see it continue, that you want to contribute to keep it going, then you do. All right, so thank you to those who have. But you don't have to. It's not mandatory. Fair enough? Okay. So, please consider contributing, if at all you can. The best way to contribute right now, very matter-of-factly, is by tipping me. Okay, tipping me, it's going to be funds I can put straight towards bills in my bank account, like I just told you guys. It's been in the black, or excuse me, in the red for over a week, and I keep getting it, getting good, and then bloop, it empties again, and I get another overdraft fee every single time this happens. So, please consider tipping me, because that's stuff I can put straight towards this issue. All right? Other contributions are also appreciated. I'm not going to give horse in the mouth by any means, but tips are going to help me more than anything today. If you'd like to tip me, there's 2 ways you could do it. Below the stream, there's a tips jar button you can look at and click on, or you can type !tip into the stream chat. There's 2 various ways to do it. A couple things about tipping. Okay, the first is, if you want to tip, okay, you don't have to give out any kind of personal information or your identity at all. Some people are worried, if I contribute to a streamer now, maybe a troll will come and harass me for doing it or whatever. Not so. If you just tip anonymously, which you can do, or if you make up a name, no one will know it's you. All right? That's number 1. Number 2, you don't need a PayPal account to tip me, although for some people it ends up being a lot more complicated than that. And what I mean by that is you don't need a PayPal account at all. You could use a credit card, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover. These are all accepted. However, what I've found after doing some research this week is that it doesn't always show up. If you click on that tip link to go to my PayPal tips page, if you're on a mobile device, chances are you're only going to see the option to tip me by having a PayPal account. I know that sounds stupid, but the mobile versions of these sites have not caught up yet, and they have issues. When I went and checked it out on my desktop computer, then all the icons loaded properly, and you were able to click on one of the, credit card processing vendors, and you were able to do a tip that way. So FYI, it is possible to tip me without having a PayPal account, but it has to be done via like a desktop or a fully fledged thing, and hopefully it freaking loads. All right? I know, it's annoying. It's stupid, it's annoying, but it is what it is. All right? So please continue to enjoy the streams. If you would like to contribute, thank you very much in advance for that. Now, the last thing I want to cover is some ground rules of the stream before we move on to shout-outs for those who have already contributed. Okay? So, some ground rules for the stream. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I stream on twitch.tv, which is a place of business, and therefore I have to abide by all of their terms of service and rules. I can't just say and do whatever the hell I want. I am limited to doing what is, allowed in their business. Fair enough? Okay, hold on one second. Sun's coming out, so I'm turning off my lamp for now since it doesn't look like it's going to be needed. But watch, now what'll happen is I'll start streaming and it'll get cloudy outside, and then I'll need it. It's typically what happens. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2. Number 2. Sorry, I got distracted. My phone vibrated. I like to maintain a certain chill vibe around my streams, all right? What that means is that even though I do maintain an open discussion policy here in the stream chat, there are certain things that we prefer not to touch upon or discuss because they become so argumentative and political and would essentially ruin the chill vibe of the streams, okay? When I stream, what I'm striving to do is to put out a fun environment where people can kind of escape the drama of their real lives, come by and hang out with me, watch my honest reactions to whatever game I happen to be playing, maybe have some interaction with me through the stream or in the stream chat, and then also have some interaction with other stream chatters, and in general, just have a good, relaxing time, okay? What I'm not trying to do is make this a stream where we get into argumentative topics, we all get angry at each other, we yell and scream and we argue, and we insult each other, and we bring up drama and negativity from other places, and we make it all about that. I don't want that. I want this to be a fun and chill place. And really, in reality, that's why I really feel that in the last 2.5 years that I became a full-time streamer, that this has become way better than me doing the offline gameplay that I used to do just for YouTube. Because we have this fun, interactive, chill, feeling to the content that I put out. All right? So, what this means is a few things. We usually don't like to talk about topics that are argumentative. For example, politics and religion. Those are topics that when we bring them up, people always disagree, people always have issue, and if they don't, they tend to get really angry at each other. All right? The way I see it is this. This is a gameplay stream. This is a stream to see me chill and play video games and have some fun in that regard. Why do we need to bring up politics and religion, which are probably topics you hear about in your real life all the time that everyone gets angry about and argues about, right? So instead, we try to lay off those topics unless they end up getting pertinent to the gameplay of the game that I'm playing. If there's a political discussion in the game or a religious topic in a game, then okay. Then it makes sense to touch upon these subjects. But if it's just out of the blue, we try to keep that stuff off the streams so that way people don't get angry at each other. Fair enough? That's number one. Number two, we're not going to bring up anger issues regarding people who are constantly insulting me, constantly stealing my content, constantly slandering me, trying to hurt me and my business and my family, because they do it every single day. They do it on purpose because they think that it's funny, or they think that they can get a rise out of me, or they try to make a living writing my coattails. You know, if I didn't exist, a lot of these people wouldn't exist either. So that being said, why give them the time of day? Why waste time talking about them and or even, discussing that kind of crap when I could be putting out fun and positive content instead? That's my attitude. That's always been my attitude, okay? So I'm not going to talk about people stealing my content, illegally restreaming my content, slandering me in videos, trying to cancel me with ridiculously unreputable news website articles, all kinds of stupid shit. Who cares about that crap? I don't give a shit. I've been here for 11 years. I'm not going anywhere, ever. I will be here till the day that I choose to not do this again. No one can cancel me. No one can fuck with me. It's that simple. So we're not going to discuss any of that crap because there's no point on it. Instead, we'll just have a fun, positive stream and have a good time together. Okay? Fair enough. So there you go. That's the deal. That's kind of the attitude I take on my streams. One final thing, there is a cheering leaderboard at the top of the screen. There's auto updates for people when they cheer and displays the top 10 cheers of the week. That's good through tomorrow night, meaning it's gonna, anything you cheer today counts on it, and tomorrow. But then it resets Sunday night into Monday, so you do have today and tomorrow if you'd like to be one of the top 10 cheerers. And quite frankly, it wouldn't be too hard to do it because cheering this week was a little bit on the slower side. We had some pretty good contributions yesterday, but it's been on the slower side, so it would actually be fairly reasonable to be there and be one of the top cheerers of the week if so you chose to do so. Okay? All right, everybody. So that's that. What the hell? This stupid thing got stuck. Yeah, this stupid thing. My bone meal. He got his hand stuck in his foot. Bone meal on next to me got his hand stuck in his foot. Okay. All right, I got it unhooked. He had his finger going through like his freaking femur bone here. The bottom of it. It was like in a knot. Okay. Fixed. All right, now it's time for shout-outs, everybody. It's time for shout-outs. Let us go ahead and do shout-outs. And then we'll get started with the stream, shall we? All right. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Golden Colts who did a 50-bit cheer overnight. Golden Colts, it is always appreciated when you do overnight cheers. It's cool that you think about me when I'm not even streaming, right? So thank you for that. Continuing on, PUBG tipped me $5, and PUBG says, play Hollow Knight. PUBG, the game itself, is telling me to play Hollow Knight. I find that hard to believe, okay? But thank you very much, PUBG. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and update the leaderboard here. There we go. Thank you for the first tip of the day. I appreciate that. As for Hollow Knight, as I said many times, I'm not really interested in it. It's a Metroidvania game. People don't like me people don't like to watch me play Metroidvanias. I hate to admit it. It's just true. I've tried playing many of them over the years. People don't seem to like them. Hollow Knight, when it came out, there was a little bit of desire to see me play it, and then it kind of fizzled out and died out. Multiple times there's been opportunity for me to play it, including last year's Halloween Marathon, this year's Halloween Marathon, and guess what? People didn't even bother nominating it for those marathons. Okay? So, the answer is no. I guess I'm not playing Hollow Knight. Okay? Hey, Sages did a 50-bit cheer. He says, hey there, Phil. I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be meeting Jake Gyllenhaal, Brie Larson, Kit Harington, and Taron Egerton this weekend. So it sounds like you're going to a comic convention or something, because that's an interesting mix. Jake Gyllenhaal has been in many movies, including Marvel movies recently. Brie Larson, obviously, is Captain Marvel. Kit Harington, obviously, was from Game of Thrones. Taron Egerton, I don't recognize that name. That's the one out of the names that you said. I don't know who that is. You can see I'm having a good weekend. Have a good stream, and I hope you're having a good weekend thus far. So far, so good. Yesterday was a very fun day with Goose Game, and then a really fun late-night Street Fighter stream where people were really into it, and I was into it, and I was getting tons of wins. It was a really good session. And I'm excited to see what happens with PUBG today, because we don't know what I'm going to find, right? It's a good variety of stuff coming up this weekend, for sure. So, yeah, that sounds good, and I hope that you get to meet all the people you actually want to meet. Hopefully it works out. Oh, shit, I dropped my keyboard. Hopefully it works out for you. I know sometimes when you go to these events, you have to wait in line for quite a long time, and then you end up getting disappointed. You couldn't see everything or get an autograph from everyone you wanted. Hopefully it works out for you, and hopefully you have a good time. All right, thank you for the cheer. Appreciate that. Good luck. All right, Alfred Aponte has subscribed to the channel. Thank you to Alfred Aponte for the sub. And then he went ahead and tipped $1 as well. And he says, keep it going, keep giving us content. Thank you, Alfred Aponte, for the support today. And, of course, recently, I noticed you also have contributed recently as well. So thank you for all of that, okay? Let's continue. Hold on, let me update the total here. GKE Haya 24 has subscribed to the channel. Excuse me. All right. Thank you for that. GKE Haya 24 for the sub. I appreciate that. Fat Mr. Bo tipped me $5.01. So by one single penny, he has now become the top tipper of the day. So first, let's get him up on the leaderboard, and then we'll read what he had to say here. Okay. It's $5.01. There we go. All right, so thank you for that, Fat Mr. Bo. And he says, I doubt that I'll end up being the top contributor for today, but if it holds up, name the skull Ronald McDonald. Wait a minute. Oh, God, that's actually pretty dark. Is this the skeleton of Ronald McDonald? Did he actually die? Is that why he's not in McDonald's anymore? Like, you never see Ronald McDonald in the stuff for McDonald's anymore because he died? And this is his actual severed skull? Oh, man. That's way darker than... That's fucked. That's fucked, but hey, it's Halloween month, so I guess that's okay. Wow. Okay, well, I guess we'll see what happens today. Like I said, that is one of the things we're doing today. Per viewer request, top contributor of the day will be naming the skull. Okay? All right, now this is funny. I received a $3 tip. First of all, this is someone claiming to be a stream regular. I don't believe it is. I think it might be someone impersonating them. So I'm not going to say the name because I don't want this person to get a bad reputation or feel bad because it sounds like someone's trying to basically get them into trouble. But this person tipped me $3, and this is something that I will address on the stream because it's so ridiculous. I can easily address it and completely make this person look stupid. So a $3 tip, and this person says, I never believed the haters until you had that meltdown over 20 bones. It shows an ugly side of your personality. The funny part is you're talented as a personality, but it's clear you're only about the money. It's clear you didn't listen to what I talked about because he's talking about my Minecraft stream this last week. It's clear you didn't hear a word that I said. Instead, you probably listened to highlights from the assholes who literally edit what I say to make it fit their agenda. There was no issue there whatsoever regarding money at all. In fact, as soon as the person involved had asked for a refund on a tip, I refunded it immediately. The issue was that I felt this person, who apparently was supposed to be a longtime supporter, had gone behind my back and reported me to Twitch for something that I didn't do, and reported me to PayPal for something that I didn't fucking do. Okay? Instead of being an upfront person and coming to me and saying, Phil, I have an issue with the way that it looks like you're going to use a tip that I sent you, that I sent you a tip specifically for one thing, and I would like to either have you use it for that or refund it. They didn't do that. They didn't even give me that opportunity. That's, if you actually like someone and you trust someone, you would think you would give them that opportunity. Oh, I sent you a tip, but now he says he's not going to use it for what I want him to use it for. Let me ask him if he could either do that or give a refund, because that's what it was for, right? Instead, reporting me, saying that I misused funds and did all this stuff without even any opportunity to express your discomfort with the way I was doing it and a chance to remedy the situation is incredibly unfair. It's incredibly immature, and it's essentially a trap to get me into trouble, okay? That's what I was upset about, and I even directly said on that stream, what really bothered me about the situation is that those who are longtime fans of mine know that I've been stabbed in the back by people who I trusted before. Longtime friends who I thought were my friends decided to not be upfront and honest with me about issues they had with me and my behavior, and instead hold it inside and then only publicly air it in a fucking video to essentially roast me publicly later, instead of saying, Phil, here's our issues with you, please handle them behind the scenes, which is what a friend would do. So knowing that I've already been messed around with and it hurt essentially by people that I was very close with in the past, why would you then actively choose to go and do things behind my back without, again, telling me I had done something wrong and giving me an opportunity to remedy the situation? It was the same thing all over again. And yeah, it triggers me when that happens, because I've told you guys, I've had a lot of times in my life people fuck me over. People screw me over, fuck me over for personal gain so that they can get something out of it, or so that they can get out of a situation on my expense. I'm always the one who has to take it for everyone else. And, you get to a point where you're just tired of it. You know what I mean? It sucks, but that's just life, okay? Now, in regards to the situation that happened, what was it, Monday? I don't even remember when it was. The whole thing was fabricated anyway, except for the fact that the person who had tipped me did actually have some issue with the fact that I wasn't going to buy the game that they wanted me to buy, and they did request a legitimate PayPal refund for their tip. But the rest of the story, meaning, they reported me to Twitch, and they were complaining to PayPal, and they were trying to get me banned and stuff, all that was completely fabricated. But with the circumstantial evidence I had in front of me, which was basically this guy was trying to get his money back from PayPal without talking to me first, and the fact that when he had submitted that request to PayPal to get his money back, at the very same time, a forum post emerged stating that he had reported me to Twitch and everything. That was an insane coincidence. That's like a crazy coincidence. Just by complete chance, the dispute goes into PayPal the very exact same fucking time that the post goes up. How can you not make two and two come together and think it's the same person? You see what I mean? It was just complete chance. So it sucks that it happened that way. But on that very same stream, I apologized to the guy, and I said, if this is false, and this guy was not really doing that, and that forum post wasn't from him, then I apologize. This whole thing was stupid. And essentially, that's what happened. And I had words with the person behind the scenes, and he was like, no harm, no foul. You were trolled, and it's not your fault that you thought that. I would have thought that too. And so don't worry about it. We're cool. The guy got his money back. We had already had his money back. It was never about money at all. So to the $3 tipper that, first of all, is trying to insult one of my stream viewers, congrats, you failed, because I'm no way I'm going to read that out. And number two, you're completely wrong. If you had actually paid attention to the situation the other day, you would have actually heard what happened, instead of just listening to idiots who spin it in a way to make me look bad and make it something that it never was. You would have to be a complete and utter fucking moron to think that it was about the money, when the first thing I did was refund the money. It was never about the money. It was about a trust issue of being respected by someone and being told up front if there's an issue rather than being stabbed in the back repeatedly, which is what's happened to me in my life, and I'm tired of it. I'm just fucking tired of it, you know? So take it, dumbass. Take it and eat it. You're a moron. All right. And then I got a $2 tip from someone saying, I have no actual real fans. Really? I have no real fans. Okay, that's how I've been around for 11 years. You know, that's how I'm still pertinent to this day because I have no real fans. You're a moron too. Congrats. And thank you for the $2 tip. So not only are you a moron, you paid me to show how dumb you are. I'll never get past it. All right, so anyway, there's $5 of tips right there to add to the total. Actually, no, I already added the 3, right? So $2 more in tips. There we go. Amazing. Continuing on. 2-Bar King did a 100-bit cheer. That's actually the top cheer of the day so far. So let's get 2-Bar King up there on the leaderboard. Thank you, 2-Bar King. Oops, for the 100-bit cheer. I appreciate that. To me, $1. And says, you know, every time you say I appreciate that, you don't sound really appreciative. You sound like you're talking through a Wendy's drive-thru. First of all, that's false. If I sounded like I was talking through a Wendy's drive-thru, I would sound like this. Because the drive-thru sound like shit. Okay? So that's just a false statement to begin with. But, there is some truth to what you're saying. Because you're saying, essentially, you know, every time you say I appreciate that, it doesn't sound genuine. You have to understand something, okay? I'm a full-time streamer, and I rely on contributions on streams. And it's not, one big contribution a day. It's hundreds of them coming in. You know, dollar contributions here and there. It's very hard for me to sound appreciative when I say that a million times a day. You know what I mean? It is. I think that's probably something that content creators and streamers struggle with is how do you stay or sound genuine for something that you are forced to say ad nauseum repetitively over and over and over all day long. You know what I mean? And you want people to understand that you are genuine because I am. I'm very genuine when I say it. I absolutely want to say thank you, you know, for that. Thank you very much for the contributions. You guys, again, are the reason I'm still here. You've helped me out so many times over the years. And, you know, that's why I get to still do what I love for a living. That's why I have the life that I have, right? And I'm so appreciative of that. And I want you guys to know that. But how do I make that come across when I'm doing a live gameplay stream and I'm playing 6 to 8 hours of gameplay a day and microtransaction contributions are coming in at a high pace, and I have to say thank you so many times? How do you make every single thank you sound genuine? It's tough. Trust me, it's not an easy thing. It's something that I struggle to do every day, and I hope that I'm at least getting better at it. But you're absolutely right. It's a tough thing. You've actually touched upon an actual genuine issue for someone like me. One of the things that's tough about the job, okay? So, hey, you're actually correct. Thank you for the $1 tip. Okay? Joe did a 145-bit cheer. That makes it the top cheer of the day. He says, looking forward towards today's streams. Sucks things like that happen. I always find honesty is the best policy for anything. That's right. I think what it is, a lot of people are very passive-aggressive. And what I mean by that is they're afraid of conflict. They want a resolution for something. Okay? But they're essentially very afraid to have any kind of conflict actually happen. I'll give you a perfect example here. All right? This whole situation that I had with my wife and this exercise machine lasted a month. A month. Where I got the runaround, I got the rigmarole, I got told one thing, I got told another thing, I got told one thing, I got told another thing. You know, we're going to get a company to come out and pick this up. The company takes 2.5 fucking weeks to show up. They finally pick it up. They don't return the item to Amazon. And essentially, we're out hundreds of dollars because... and a birthday present for my wife because no one will do their job properly. All right? So, I could have kept pussyfooting about, and I could have kept being wishy-washy about it, and said, okay. So you want to know what I did yesterday? I called Amazon, and the woman on the other end of the phone, very nicely I said, I just want you to understand something. I've now been dealing with this issue for a month. This has nothing to do with you. I'm incredibly dissatisfied not only with the product, but also with the service you provided to return the product and with the way that you as a company have handled this whole situation. And I refuse to hang up the phone today until I get my money back. Okay? That's how I approached it. I was very upfront and honest with the woman. I told her the situation, and I said, if I don't get my money back today, I refuse to hang up. I will call you a million times. If you hang up on me, I'll make sure I get a resolution today. Within 10 minutes, I had my money back. That's how easy it was. If you're upfront and honest, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get what you want. The problem is most people aren't willing to do that. They're so afraid of conflict. They're so afraid of an argument, right? That they will beat around the bush and never be upfront and honest. And I hate that. You know, if you have an issue with someone, tell them so that he can at least know that there's an issue. And if they actually are a genuinely good person, they'll address that issue if they care about the fact that you're dissatisfied or you're upset, right? If anything, if you express the truth about a situation to someone and the person blows you off or starts an argument or insults you or gets defensive, that's something negative about them, not about you. So even if that happens, what are you afraid of? All you're doing is you're exposing their own shortcoming, right? So why not be upfront and honest about something like that, right? And that's what's always gotten me in my life. The things that have hurt me the most are when people refuse to be upfront and honest with me about something. They hide it. They hide it behind their backs. They hide it in a back issue. They keep it pent up inside, only for it to blow up later and hurt me way more than it ever possibly would have if they had just told me beforehand, before it was something that blew up. You know? That's really underhanded, and that's really being just kind of messed up, in my opinion. Like, no one who's a true friend or no one who's a true fan or no one who's a true supporter of anything would be dishonest, you know? So I agree with you, Joe. Like, the honesty for me is one of the hugest things in a relationship, in anything in life. Honesty. That's why I strive to be upfront and honest as much as I possibly can with my viewers. Yes, there are some times when I can't be, when it means protecting myself or my family from malicious parties out there, and I have to withhold information or I have to be, you know, deceptive about stuff so that we can protect ourselves. But outside of that, everything I tell you guys is true, you know? And that's hurt me a lot over the years, trust me. All right, anyway, let's continue. We got more shout-outs to give. By the way, I was absolutely right. Guess what happened? The sun went away. I knew it. I turned the lamp off and the fucking sun goes away. I knew this was going to happen. This always happens. All right. I turned the lamp back on. Good Lord. Continuing on. Philly Buckeye Cheer, he says, here's a contribution by a fake fan. Kappa face. All right, Philly Buckeye. That's right. Because remember, Philly Buckeye, that guy said I have no real fans. So obviously you're a fake fan. Thanks for the cheer, fake fan. Okay. Let's see. I got a Dollar Troll tip. I'm not going to go into, you know, I'm not going to go ahead and even address it, but thank you for the Dollar Troll tip, Dollar Troll. You know what I should just call? I should start calling them Dollar Trolls. That actually that's actually good. Thanks, Dollar Troll. Yeah, there you go. The Dollar Troll. All right. So thanks, Dollar Troll, for the dollar tip. Retro Jim did a 50-bit cheer and says, you seem angrier than usual. I hope everything is okay. I'm not angrier. I'm not any angrier than usual at all. I'm ready for a chill PUBG stream today. I'm ready for a fun, interactive stream. Hopefully it ends up being fun, entertaining. We get to see what's changed in the game. You know, I'm not angry at all. I think what it is, again, and so here you go, Retro Jam. When someone's being upfront and honest, oh God, they're angry. No, they're being honest. I think what it is, Retro Jim, you're just so used to content creators kissing ass and being so super happy on stream and acting like everything in their life is fucking perfect. That's never who I've ever been, right? I've never been like that. I've never been Mr. Sugarcoat. I've never been Mr. Happy Sparkles, Rainbow Unicorn Glitter. I'm the honest dude. And I think a lot of people like me because of that. In fact, I've been told many times over the years, people like me because of that. You're going to get the real me. You're not going to get some fucking character or some Muppet on the stream. So here I am being honestly answering questions on a pre-stream. You seem angry. I'm not. I'm actually not angry at all. I'm just being honest. And I guess honesty in this day equates to anger for some reason for some people. But I'm not. I'm not angry at all. Okay. Fat Mr. Bo tipped me $1, and he says, the tipper who said you have no fans is an idiot. I want you to succeed. There you go. And it's true, you know. I hate to say it. Some people actually are that dumb. They don't actually think I have any genuine viewers or fans because all they do is they sit there in their little inner circle of, you know, defamatory idiots who only do this to get personal attention for themselves, you know. What kind of a person would make a 3-hour video compiling things out of context that I've said over the years? An idiot who's looking to get shock value clicks and views on YouTube. Not someone who actually has a brain in their fucking head, whereas an ounce of positive creativity is stuff they could do for themselves. But when you make a video like that, you make it sound like, how could this guy possibly have any fans? Well, because you took, you know, low moments and out of context things from, you know, 7 to 10 years of content and put it in one video, right? Instead of looking at the body of work that I've created in 11 years, most of which was very positive. So yeah, if you look at anything out of context and you look at only the worst in people, you'll probably believe everyone on the planet is horrible, right? But there are many genuine fans, genuine viewers who love what I do. That's why I'm still here. I wouldn't do it if it weren't the case. I actually said this. I said recently, if I were just here for people to troll me and only people who cared about me were trolls, I would stop doing it. Because I want to feel that what I do is worthwhile to some people and people are getting something positive and fun out of it. Okay? Fair enough? Okay. One cheered and said, play PUBG already. People are waiting for you to stop rambling. I'm not rambling. I'm answering questions. This is exactly how every pre-stream goes every single day. And if you don't like it, you can, you know, go do something else during the pre-stream. This is nothing new. So if you're just now complaining, welcome to the past 2.5 years that people had no issue with. Modern Day Maharaja cheers. All you had to do is take the bike apart. I don't see what the big deal was. You don't see what the big deal was. You actually wanted me to disassemble a solid unit and look at the gears inside and figure out what was wrong with it. Do you think I am a fucking engineer? No. No, I am not. I was not going to disassemble the unit and try to rebuild it myself. That's one of the most ludicrous things I think I've ever heard in my life. Okay, then. Retro Jim did a 100-bit cheer. He says, what are your thoughts on the last time you played PUBG? Any specific expectations or hopes coming back to the game? Well, it's like I told you, the reason I stopped playing PUBG is because I started playing other Battle Royale games that just seemed way more responsive. H1Z1, Fortnite, and Black Ops 4 Blackout all seemed to be way more responsive with the controls and had better frame rate. So for me, my major number one complaint would be I want the game to actually have better gunplay where everything doesn't feel sluggish and delayed. I actually want more accurate shots because I would like to make it so that I can actually aim and fire and win a firefight rather than, like I said, having to get the drop on someone from behind in order to get a clean kill is pretty lame. And I would hope they've improved the frame rate. How can you have a game that's supposed to be competitive Battle Royale that runs under 30 frames per second? That blows me away that they actually think that that's like legitimately good or something. Okay? That's nuts. So that's what I'm looking for, better gunplay, and I'm looking for a better frame rate. I'm sure we're going to get many other things like new maps and guns and whatever. That's all well and good. That's fine. But all I was ever looking for was for the PUBG formula to be more responsive and better. I wasn't actually looking for more content in the game. I was looking for the content that existed to be better. See? So that's what I'm looking for, Retro Jam. Joe just did a 100-bit cheer and says, I'll be back soon, Phil. I have to go and do some shopping after work, which finishes in 20 minutes. Don't start without me. Just kidding. I'll be here in an hour or so. All right. Yeah, we're going to start in just a couple minutes here. So thank you, Joe, for the cheer there. Okay. So before we get started, let's give a shout out to the top cheerers of the week. And then we're going to get set up here and get started with PUBG. Okay, guys? So thank you to the top cheering contributors of the week. We have, oh my God. We have a quadruple tie. We do. We have a quadruple tie for 7th, because it would have been 10th, 9th, 8th, and 7th, but it's a quad tie for 7th. We've got Joe. We've got Last Hope 387. We got Magnus Flamebeard. And we got someone whose account is invisible. I don't know if they've blocked their account, if their account was terminated. There's many things that could happen on Twitch where you can't see someone's name anymore. But we got a 4-way tie for 7. Then, in 6th place, we got Sambuca 2020. In 5th place, we've got M5NSX. 4th place goes to Philly Buckeye. 3rd place is Golden Colts. 2nd place, K Styles 1998. And they're sitting pretty in 1st. It's Tom. Tom, who did a very large and generous cheer yesterday. So thank you very much for that. Everyone, all the support for the week, all the cheering. Reminder, that leaderboard will last until tomorrow night, until it resets for Monday. And also, final reminder before we get started with PUBG, the best way to contribute today is by tipping me. Please consider tipping me. That helps me out more than anything, and I really need the help right now. Top contributor of the day overall will get to name the skull. Okay? The new skull decoration. Right now, the top contributor is Fat Mr. Bo with the $5.01 tip. But the stream is young. We haven't even begun gameplay yet. I'm sure we will see more people, contributing, and we'll see what happens in a bit here. Okay? GKE, Haya24 just says PUBG can't wait. Very nice. I can't wait either. All right. That's it, guys. Let's end the pre-stream. Let's take a very quick break, 2 minutes. Just going to go take a leak, essentially, and then get started here with PUBG. All right. I'll be back in like 2 minutes for the PUBG fun to begin, and we'll see what happens. All right. Thanks. I'll be right back.